My name is Sophie from Pilates Adventures, and I thought I would do this video today to talk to you about what exactly Pilates is. So Pilates is a method of moving which was originally invented by a man called Joseph Pilates in the early 1900s. And Joseph Pilates actually called his method contrology, and it later became known as Pilates. The Pilates method is largely thought of as being a core workout, which it is, but actually a good Pilates class will feel like a full body workout. And Joseph Pilates never used the word core. The word core is quite a modern day fitness word. He used the word powerhouses. And he talked about there being two powerhouses within the body, the primary powerhouse and the secondary powerhouse. So your primary powerhouse here in your torso area is made up of your abdominal muscles. Now these are not your superficial abdominal muscles, which are very close to your skin, which give you that six-pack effect. They're muscles much deeper than that within your abdomen. Mainly your transverse abdominis, your internal and external obliques, your multifidus, erector spinae, and the muscles of your pelvic floor. Then the secondary powerhouse, which is that shoulder girdle, upper back area, are made up of mainly the rhomboids, the trapezius, latissimus dorsi, and serratus anterior. So these two areas kind of give you your posture. They give your trunk, your spine stability and support. When they're used properly, they give you athleticism. And really, the magic happens when you learn through the Pilates method to activate these powerhouses, to get them to work in unison with one another, and to coordinate your limbs with these powerhouses. So nothing moves in a disjointed, isolated way. Everything is connected and everything starts at the center of the body, which really I think is where the word core came from. So this is why complex movements are often not needed in Pilates. You don't need to be doing fancy moves to feel like you've had a really good core workout. The simplest, most intricate movement can, when done with precision and integrity, can feel like a real challenge. And again, that is why Pilates can be so magical and why it can be so interesting, and why after a decade of practicing Pilates and teaching Pilates, it never feels easy. It's continuously getting more and more challenging for me because I am just honing my technique. I'm honing my full mastery and control of my body. So this is also why Pilates is known as being quite a mindful way of moving, because you cannot let your mind wander. You could be just moving a toe, you could just be lifting a knee into the air, but you're being so precise and so intricate with what you're doing that you have to be in the moment. You have to be so in tune with your body and focused. So it's often said there are 6 guiding principles of Pilates, which are control, centering, concentration, precision, flow, and breath. And some of those we've touched on today. So we've talked about centering. The powerhouses can be seen as centering, and precision and concentration. The other principles I will talk to you about a little bit more in other videos. So I personally believe that Joseph Pilates created his method as a complementary form of body conditioning to other forms of movement. So he himself was an avid skier, he was a gymnast, a boxer, a bodybuilder, he practiced martial arts, he practiced yoga. He was quite a sickly child, and he took it upon himself as he grew into a teenager, into a young man, to become as fit and healthy and as strong as possible to overcome some of his ailments. So it's also known that he became so ripped, such an Adonis, that he posed for anatomical drawings for textbooks in the early 1900s. So I believe that he developed this method to use as a complementary way of moving your body for other sports, disciplines, whatever it is that you do. So when Joseph Pilates moved to New York, he opened his own studio, and he was in the same building as many dance studios, and a lot of dancers from the New York City Ballet, George Balanchine, Martha Graham frequented his studio. They trained with Joseph Pilates, and they believed that he could fix their injuries and keep them going for as long as possible when they're performing on stage and they've got long days of training. A lot of them turned to Joseph Pilates for help with that. He also had a lot of film star clients who just wanted the aesthetic benefits of doing a regular Pilates practice. Joseph Pilates had a wife called Clara Pilates, and she worked in the studio with him in New York, and I do believe that it is Clara who helped to put his method on the map. I think she was a very good teacher. I think she was very compassionate with her clients, and I think she helped Joseph Pilates move his method from being not just something that like dancers and athletes did, but something that everybody could do. So maybe really we'll have Clara Pilates to thank for Pilates. Today, Pilates has moved with the times. So there are many schools that offer Pilates training for future instructors, and they all take on a slightly different way of teaching and a different ethos. I trained with Central YMCA as a classical mat instructor, and the method has moved away from the original work that Joseph developed slightly to move with science, to keep up with our ever-growing knowledge of anatomy and physiology. But I do try within my sessions to honour his original work and his original ideas and creativity and flair and artistry. So I trained originally as a dancer, and I worked as a professional dancer, and I was also a bit of an athlete, and I did athletics growing up. I played a lot of sport. So in keeping with that idea of Pilates being a complementary method to these other disciplines, I try and bring in some fusion into my classes. So you might sometimes see a little bit of ballet bar work, you might sometimes see some functional strength training work, you might sometimes see something that looks quite artistic, you might see something that seems quite like something you might see in a gym with a barbell or with dumbbells or a kettlebell. But I guess whatever it is that you're doing, you might be running for a bus, you might be picking up a really heavy suitcase off the floor, you might be kicking a football, you might be hitting a golf ball. You can turn that into Pilates. If you are using your powerhouses, if you're being conscious of your biomechanics, then you can turn anything into a Pilates workout. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you understand a little bit more about Pilates and its background and about the man who invented it. And I hope possibly maybe this has inspired you to delve into Pilates a little bit more. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel and let me know in the comments box if this was something you found beneficial, and if so, I will do a few more talky videos like this, and hopefully you will learn a lot more about Pilates.